Have you ever noticed the moment you suddenly feel the calmness and peace in your life, you start to feel restless, even a little bit uncomfortable of how quiet your life has become? You just start to feel that what if I do things just for the plot, just so that I can tell something to my kids or my grandkids in the future. You bring up all these reasons and excuses to do something unpredictable, something that is going to for sure bring chaos into your life. Why do you think that is? Don't you think that's a little bit of pattern? Don't you think there's a little bit of something going on in your brain or in your body? That is you being addicted to chaos. Our nervous system is built for one and one thing only, that is for you to be alive. Your nervous system will do anything to keep you alive. So, when over the years or over the months you have been conditioned to live in highly stressful environments or unpredictable environments, whether you are in a toxic relationship or in a toxic friendship, or you were in an unstable environment at home, your body is now used to stay in the state of chaos. Now the chaos has become your baseline. Now what happens in your body when that is your baseline? You're used you're used to the constant cortisol and adrenaline in your body. Cortisol is stress hormone that is present in our body. Now not all cortisol is bad for you, but when you are in a constant state of stress, the amount of cortisol in your body rises really high, and you stay in that environment, so it becomes your baseline. Now your body is used to the adrenaline. It's used to the adrenaline is a fight or fight response hormone, so you're used to constantly be in tune with your environment, in tune with your toxic partner, that if I do this, they might react in a certain way, so I should avoid this. You're constantly battling your inner thoughts and your environment. So over the years, over a longer period of time, when you are constantly used to staying in this kind of situations, your body starts to think that this is the new normal, or this is actually the normal for you. This is completely normal for you to constantly be in a stressed situations. When you're in a toxic relationship, there is a roller coaster of emotions that you go through. There's always extreme highs and extreme lows. If you're in a relationship where your partner is hot and cold, where sometimes they give you all the love in the world and you feel the most special person in the world, and suddenly their mood isn't good and you're the worst person in their life. You are someone who they hate, or they degrade you, demean you, or whatever it is. So this constant highs and lows of your emotions and your hormones make your body stay in a state of constant fear and stress. Now, when this becomes your normal, what happens is the moment these things starts to go out of your life, maybe you have broken up with the person, maybe you have shifted away from your home if you have issues with your parents, or if it's some friend groups that you have finally cut them off, suddenly you are in a state of peace. Suddenly you are calm. Suddenly there is no toxic drama that is happening. There's no drama in your life. Then what happens? The silence. This silence is something that makes you uncomfortable. Why? Because now the body is not producing enough cortisol, the stress hormone. It's not producing enough of the fight and fight hormone. Now what do? Your body starts suspecting itself that why am I not producing my daily amount of stress hormone? Why am I not producing my daily cortisol levels? Why is it so peaceful? Why is it so calm? You start to question the right things. Your body is so used to staying in that baseline that once you cut the toxic things off from your life, you feel uncomfortable, and that is what you need to address. This is where self awareness comes in. This is where the concept of self awareness comes in. How you can be aware of how you're reacting to your situations, how your body feels when you are alone, when you're sitting in the calm. And once you realize that, you would also realize that you don't always have to be in a stressful situation. And if the silence feels uncomfortable, that could also be a good thing. Actually, that is a good thing. And you need to slowly start accepting this change. Instead of creating more chaos and going in this toxic cycle back and forth, You can ground yourself, you can bring yourself in the moment and understand that this silence that you're feeling, this uncomfortable feeling of being in peace and calm is actually not a bad thing. This is just your body trying to accommodate this new feeling of not being constantly stressed out. And this is what is normal. Your brain doesn't have to constantly be in a situation where you're constantly thinking your next move. You don't have to be in that way. So this is where you need to understand your body. This is where you need to understand your nervous system. Now, now how do you ground yourself? You need to ground yourself in ways, in smaller steps, which doesn't make you completely lose your mind. Number one is stay with people who help you regulate your nervous system. If you are surrounded by people who constantly demean you, you're never going to feel regulated. Your nervous system is never going to feel safe. You're never going to feel safe in your own body. So you need to be with people who make you feel good about yourself, who are good people, who, when you talk to them, you feel good, you feel happy, you feel rejuvenated, you feel energetic. This is number one. Number two, stay in the silence. This is where meditation comes in. This is where staying calm and quiet, maybe 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night, doesn't matter, 5 minutes, 2 minutes. You just need to sit with your own presence in your own setup and listen to the calm. You need to stay in your body where there is no sound, there is no music going on, there is no stimulation of any sort, and you need to just stay in the present. Number three, journal out your emotions. How are you feeling? Why do you feel the uncomfortable feeling? Where is this coming from? Once you bring in the self-awareness, automatically you move into the regulation part of your nervous system. Your nervous system is made for survival, so it will ensure that no matter what is the situation, you stay alive. And that is the reason when you're in a chaotic situation, your nervous system will make sure that you feel good, you feel comfortable enough to live. But this is not the only thing. We need to come out of that chaotic situation. We need to regulate our nervous system as much as possible. And there are many ways to do it, but these are the smaller steps that you can start with: meditation, journaling, talking to people, moving your body, exercise, any kind of dance. Your body stores a lot of trauma, so releasing that trauma helps regulate your nervous system. It's not you, you are not the drama. Your nervous system is a little dramatic. So how about we take control of our own lives and regulate our nervous systems? Thank you.